Hi guys, welcome back to Mark and Marcus. So we had a little bit of an incident last Saturday. We decided I bought Marcus a new cat carrier, which is really nice. It has extensions, and I think you saw it in the video. So we decided to go down to we have an area by Union Station, downtown Denver, that has fountains, and kids go there, and people bring their animals, their dogs, to walk through the water and stuff like that. It's really nice. It's a pleasant atmosphere. There's restaurants all around the fountain area there. And so we decided to take Marcus, a little bit further today, as opposed to across the street where we have the park. Get a little bit more exposure to people and what's going on. So we went there and we put him in his carrier, and it was no problem. We got to the fountains, we found the spot, we sat down, we had some folding chairs actually, and Marcus was very curious to see everything going on. A lot of people, some kids came up and petted Marcus and said, "Wow, nice cat." And people had some dogs on the leash, walking the dogs through the water as well. And Marcus didn't seem to be, very upset or, stressed out or anything like that. At one point he climbed out. We had the harness and the leash on him as well. So we opened the top of the carrier, and he actually jumped up in my lap, and he sat in my lap and kind of looked around and saw some birds and pigeons, and it was pretty nice. And then as time went on, the weather started to change and started to drizzle, so we decided, okay, it's time to go home. So we put Marcus back in his carrier, and it has wheels, so you can pull it like a luggage carrier. And he had his harness on and his leash. We didn't take it off. We left it on here, and we left it opening where my wife Natasha had the leash around her wrist. So, and we were walking back, and we got about I'd say 2 blocks away from our home. It's all within walking distance, everything. And we passed by this hotel where there was some benches outside. And outside one of the benches was this man sitting with a dog, like a mixed shepherd. And, the sidewalk is quite wide. We walked on the side that was a little bit wider. So as we got closer to the bench, we had left the upper part of the carrier a little bit open, so he was able to stick his head out, not realizing that was a big mistake. But as we approached the gentleman that had the dog sitting on the bench, Marcus decided that he didn't like that, and he went after the dog. And at the same time, I was carrying 2 camping chairs that we had used to sit down by the fountains. And he got out of the carrier and went after the dog, and he actually got out of his harness as well. Luckily, there was a couple behind us, husband and wife, that were right behind us. And Marcus, I turned and I fell. And I fell in the street because I had these 2 chairs on my back. And Marcus ran up the side of the building, like in a vestibule. And then he turned and he jumped on this man's face. And I by that time I got up, and Natasha, my wife, was also there in the corner, cornering him. And he was pretty angry. Cats can get pretty vicious if they feel that they're threatened or cornered. And he actually bit her finger, her index finger, right through, because he has like 1-inch fangs, went right through her finger. And by that time I got in there, and he still was, very upset and fighting. And he bit me in several, my index finger, my thumb, both thumb fingers, my hands. And this poor man, thank God he was there, boy. I'll tell you, because Marcus would have probably, run out into the traffic, and that would have been it. But and we were all bleeding, so everybody's looking, the traffic stops and everything, and was quite a scene. And I offered to help, take the gentleman that helped us, to my house, or take him to urgent care, whatever you needed. But he said, no, we're animal lovers. Don't worry about it. We know how to deal with this. We'll take care of it. And I was extremely grateful for them, being there and helping us. And what happened was, as we came home and we cleaned up, Marcus calmed down. Obviously, we got him back into the carrier and he calmed down. And as we got home, we cleaned up all the blood and everything. We looked at our wounds, checked our wounds. And actually, they were quite severe. So my hand started to swell up. Natasha's hand, her finger started to swell up. And then I said, I think we need to go to urgent care to take care of this. It seemed like, it wasn't, it was something that I read that also actually cat bites are much more dangerous than dog bites because they carry a certain bacteria in their saliva, and it could be a little dangerous. So we watched the, our wounds and everything, make sure that there was no, see a red stripe go up your arm or anything like that, that's a sign that the infection is spreading very quickly. So we decided to just hold on because it was late in the afternoon. We said, oh, let's see, wait until the morning and see. Then we decided when we got up, I couldn't close my fingers, and Natasha couldn't close her finger either, and so the swelling was pretty extreme. So we decided to go to urgent care. And we went to urgent care, and the doctor said, well, it's a good thing you came. This is, cat bites can be pretty serious. And he looks like he got you pretty well, both of you. And so they gave us tetanus shots and antibiotics to be on for 10 days to make sure that the infection would not spread to any other parts of our body. And it was quite an experience. So now what happens is, that was last Saturday. So now when we go to get dressed and go out, he hides. So I guess he's a little bit traumatized by that whole episode that happened. So we're not going to force him to go out. We don't want to be stressed out, or want him to be nice and relaxed. And cats need that stable environment, calmness and everything. So we're not going to force him out. So he knows, though, it's very interesting how he knows just because we start to get dressed that he knows that we're going to leave. So he kind of hides. He has a couple hiding spots, and he hides us in this one particular spot. And he was very cute actually. But I assured him, no, you're not going out. We're not going to take you out. We're just going to go out and come back. And he was. And as we leave and we close the door, he actually knows that we left. So he waits a while, I guess, and then he comes out and he just goes back to his his tower or his hammock and looks outside the window. But yeah, that was quite an interesting episode we had with Marcus, and just to let people know that if your cat does bite you that severely, it is advisable to go to the doctor and get a tetanus shot if you haven't had one. They usually last about 10 years, and taking the antibiotic, obviously is precautionary, so that the infection won't spread. So just to let you guys know that he's fine and we're fine, and we won't force him to go out if he doesn't want to go out. All right. Until next time, thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye.